Good morning, Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium here. Beautiful sunshiny morning outside. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. So anticipating a lovely day. We're here for our Daily LENORMAND card spread reading, which I have ready here. I have also posted that to my profile on Facebook. I don't think I send that anywhere else. Oh, probably Instagram as a story, so you might see it there. That's the spread as I'm going to read it. So you might like to refer to that a bit later. And we've got Judy here. So good morning, Judy. Wonderful to see you here. We've got Beatica. Good evening. Happy Valentine's Day. Here we're in our Monday now, but that's fine because there is so many all over the world who can just pop in, join whenever they like, and we're going to have all parts of the time zones around that 24 hours. So happy Valentine's Day to you too, Beatica. And we've got Marie. Good morning, Marie. Lovely to see you here this morning. And we've got Sarah. Loved that sponge that you found on the beach. You sent me a photo. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So thoroughly enjoyed seeing that. Thank you for sharing. Kerry Ann, good morning to you as well. And we've got Kathy. And I'm feeling like romper room again. We've got Sharon. Hi, Sharon. I really do like that mask that you've got there. I think it's gorgeous. Do you wear it often? Do you need to wear it often? Are you in one of those areas? I just can't quite remember where you're residing. And Rosie, I know where you are. You're in Victoria. Sad that you're still in lockdown, but look, we'll all get through this together. We are a global community trying to, do something about it. Rosie, good morning. And yeah, it's on Sunday. Oh, that's right, in the Netherlands. Yes. And you're watching from YouTube, which is wonderful too. And we've got Leanne here. Good morning, Leanne. So I'm going to move the cards around. I've done them. I'm going to move over to the cards. It's a different screen I had to go to. So here we are with our cards this morning. I just really needed to go back to my Gilded Reverie. They are my favourite deck. I just love these. They're absolutely beautiful. And they are what I'm more familiar with. It's the Sarah Marchetti is the artist who created this deck, Gilded Reverie, Lenormand, of course, and it's the expanded edition that I use. So it's just a gorgeous deck. I will leave that there this time. And we're moving back into the regular 5-card spread that I've normally used over the last year or two, and that's a little bit further away than that one, isn't it? So this deck I don't really need to hold up to the camera because it's fairly easy to see the detail of these. They don't flare out as they usually do. So, and oh goodness, ouch. And is it really? So you are in Adelaide. Snapchat filter, Snapchat. Oh, that's one of those apps, isn't it? Yeah, I don't use it very often, as you might have noticed. Absolutely, that's what I thought too, Sarah, as I saw the cards lay themselves out. I didn't shuffle them. I have managed to hold them with the left hand only, very carefully and very slowly allow them to drop into my right hand in a shuffling sort of way. So I'd say I did that 3 times before it got too much. I've got to not overdo my hand doing its healing. I've been able to take off a dressing this morning while I showered. I could take the dressing off, so that's 2-week mark. I've put, so I managed it, but I know from that with the splint off, I cannot overdo anything. So I have put it back on, of course. I've got to wear it. But from a shower, I was able to take it off. It's interesting, the process of healing and how the body does do what it needs to. And we need to be careful of it. You're not stressing about the lockdown? Oh, wonderful. I know. I'll send some of your photos, those beautiful aspects you're going to improve in your garden. Wonderful. It's lovely to have this technology to share with each other. And yay, good morning, Shaz. I was going to say good morning, Roz. I was going to say good morning, Shaz. Wonderful that you're back home too. I bet you had a very good sleep in your own bed again, and you'll continue to grow after all your learnings. And yes, that neuro-linguistic programming and all that the master's involved. It's lovely. We'll look forward to seeing what you share on your profile. Is it the profile on pages and stuff? So anyway, we're here for this. So I really need to do the reading now. Just saw an email pop up. Gee, the things that just do pop up that we forget to not unnotify. Take all that stuff off. So anyway, we'll keep going. Here we've got our 5-card cross. Workspace, the book's in the workspace. We've got the child in the home space. We've got the birds in the unexpected, and I'm pretty sure we had that there recently. And we've got the magnifying glass in your role, and right in the centre at the outcome, it's that cross again. Yes, Sarah. Still the process to complete. So it's taking more than one day to clear what the cross is trying to tell us or me. Here we go. I'm just reminding you that turn on your own intuition with these readings. Feel what you're receiving as your messages by your own means, whether you're getting some little visuals while I'm talking about the cards, or whether you're hearing someone talking to you, saying words, sentences, in whatever way you're feeling those messages that are specifically yours. Take notice, practice, tune in, do all that you need to actually grow your own skills, your own abilities. Well, it's not skills, it is a skill. Yeah, look, whatever way we do it, what you need to be learning out of all of this, okay, that is specifically yours. I'm reading as if, well, it's mine, but in general for everybody too. So the book really is about all that we're going to be learning, writing down what we're needing to actually take in the way of knowledge, new ideas. It can be new ideas, or it could be just writing down what is our plans in our workspace. What ideas, if you're especially a solopreneur, to write down and put a plan in place. And, what feels like it's in the right direction for you and that type of thing. So, and even if you're feeling you're needing to step into a new way of doing something and needing to learn it, it can be the study side of what you're needing to learn. So many different aspects in books. So feel what's right for you. I've been able to pick up, and it's for my workspace as well. I've been trying to work out's not quite right. The pause that I've been forced into from falling a month ago on my knee and now having broken the wrist, that's twice, 2 things of similar ilk to slow me down. I'm definitely taking the time now. Look, I've got a bit of time out of my regular type of work I was getting back into, but it might give me the chance to actually move into something different or revisit what I want to do, the direction I'm going in. So I've actually had message from Spirit to read The Body is the Barometer of the Soul, a book by Annette Noontil that I used, not as a Bible, but it certainly was a staple, a very almost that type of, I went back to it all the time when I first started training in the spiritual realm. Magnificent book, and yes, it certainly is giving me some hints as to, reminding me, because I haven't read it for a long time, reminding me that I need to be thinking things differently to move ahead and not have to repeat a third time something that's going to force me to slow down and rethink. Right. So that's where that step is. And that's, good morning, Kat. Wonderful to see you here too. Wonderful. Yes, it is. It's interpretation time is great. And that's what I was doing last night. I'll still be reading through that book again to revisit the whole concept of thought is what affects our body. So great timing. Spirit made it that way. I wasn't listening. So do listen to that inner messages that you're getting. Don't ignore them, or it'll be 1, 2, 3, and you'll get something pretty serious physically. Children go into that world of wonder and opening up that book of possibilities. Here's what this child is looking into, is that fantasy land or that book of possibilities. There's so much in this little diagram, this section of what is this picture that we're looking at. And it just has that endlessness about it. You know, the never-ending story. One of my favourite movies. I really love it because it just is. It's a never-ending story. Our life is a never-ending story. If we look at it in the possibilities that we've got ahead of us, in the positives, and for those who've watched it will know what I mean. So that this child is just looking at this, you know, it's not just the sparkly and that glitters and all the rest. It's just the whole realm. It's like diving into a wonderland. And that's what it feels like for me at times in that role of home. It really is a wonderland of possibilities. Admittedly, I own my own home, so I've got more ability to put those possibilities into action. And, you know, the different ways that we can have our relationships with others around and about us, with the things that we have, with our spiritual connection. Look at all those little sparklies there, the stars. Think of them as the orbs in your spirit connection when they come to visit you. Don't be frightened. Feel happy at the possibility, at the knowing that they are there if you do have that sensitivity and empathy for spirit connections in that way. Because orbs, to me, do represent the spiritual presence. They are here with us all the time. And we only have to ask for help and they'll be there helping us. Well, they are here helping us. They're just waiting. Acknowledgement and knowing. It's all the different ways that we can connect. So do tap into that. And good morning, Mary. Lovely to see you here too. Thank you for being here. Just got to get rid of that, sorry. And we've got a deer over in whichever land that is. It's on my eCam one. That's why I missed it, because I've moved that little thingy around. Sorry, dear, that it took me that length of time to acknowledge you there. So wonderful to see you here. Thank you for popping in. I know you've got a bit of an intermittent internet. The challenges of a beautiful houseboat lifestyle now. And I'm sure you're getting into the swing of it. Definitely a learning curve you were a bit surprised about, wasn't it, Adair? And I love that you're taking on that challenge. I think it's wonderful. So there you stepped into your full possibilities and your dream of the lifestyle you want with that. So we all have that opportunity. It's just that for some it's in different ways, obviously, than others. So explore that. Open your heart and your mind to what is possible in your home space. Communication again with the birds, and this time it is just the plain one. Oh, Sarah, you've mentioned something there. They are here all the time. That's exactly right. So before you got in the shower, you couldn't find the PJs. When you got out, it was on the bed. And I do believe they do help in physical ways sometimes. We don't always notice because, well, we don't have our complete being tuned in 24/7. Well, I don't, put it that way. Good morning, Karen. Lovely to see you here as well. Here over on the Facebook, I'm not sure which page. It's one of my pages anyway, rather than the mytimetv.live. So lovely to see you here as well. Spirit is around and does help us, sometimes without being asked, but other times it's because they do help protect us, but they cannot interfere. We need to be asking. Okay, keep in touch, communicate with them. And I think that's probably what the birds is here about as well. It's communication with our loved ones, as well as those who we have as our guides, our spirits around us, even the archangels. When I first had the shift over more from religion and into my spirituality, it was one of the conflicts I actually did have to start with, because of the upbringing I had, this sort of thing wasn't quite looked on with favour. And I had that bit of conflict between religion and spirituality, and understanding the spirit realm and really acknowledging that. So and prayer. Who do I pray to? You know, I was going through that questioning time. So you're over on Facebook. Yeah, good one, Karen. Thank you. Trust your way of communication with spirit. If you want to say prayer, say prayer. You know, do your chatting with them in a prayerful way, with the deep respect that you're feeling. If you feel a little more casual about it, look, it's okay. There is no set way that we communicate really with anyone. It's the exploration of what those possibilities are, you know, what we're looking at in our wonderland. How does it look for you? How does it sit for you? What is it? Which way is it? And all the rest that you're needing to actually communicate with yourself about, as well as with the spirit realm, as well as with your family too. Just let them know, look, these are my beliefs and I'm standing by them. And this is my understanding, I'm standing by it, all of that. So we can move then from that unexpected, because sometimes those words just pop into your mind absolutely out of the blue in unexpected ways. And you need to be in tune. Just know, look, this is what I'm feeling and I need to say it. What we've got here is the magnifying glass too. It's even going deeper, looking with more detail. This is our role. We do need to, and that's our inner self, as well as what is happening with those around and about us too. It can be in what you're doing for your income, your physical presence in the world, your business, your work, and looking in more detail what you're needing to be doing in that pathway. So get out that magnifying glass. We've got it here. Just feel in that inner sense of you. Now, what am I really needing to be looking at with more in-depth analysis? What is the fine detail? What is the fine print? And that's especially if you're looking at something today that's going to be along a legal matter, or, you know, looking at, well, even writing a book and having someone proofreading it. Takes many times of someone proofreading the same thing before all mistakes are taken out, are corrected, all that, you know, picked up, and the I's dotted, T's crossed, all of that stuff. You do need to have sometimes the 3 or 4 or 10 times that you need to go over something to find that finest detail that you know. Follow your own intuition about that as to how many times, how deep, how, you know, if you feel an inkling of, I'm not just sure, I'm just not sure, get the magnifying glass out, you know, just have another look for that little bit of extra depth, or just even a slightly different direction, angle that you're holding it, to see, so that's what it said. That's what it looks like. Sometimes artists really like the finer detail, and probably do get magnifying glasses out to put in the finest detail that they can. You know, it's all relative to what your intuition is telling you in this respect, because that's what I'm feeling the spread really is. It's our intuition giving us that guidance, our connection with what is our spiritual selves, not our spirit selves, but our spiritual selves, and coming into the core of who we are being. Here we've got that cross again in our spread. It is again in the outcome, but it's not a negative card, as much as it might feel that. And if you know the Lenormand deck, the guidebooks will say, you know, most of the interpretations will say it feels like a negative, heavy card. I don't feel that. I think it really is us stepping in our faith, feeling that it is responsibility. It can be a heavy card if we allow it, but sometimes we need to have that heaviness to actually grow in our muscle strength, in our spiritual muscle strength, and standing up for ourselves and saying, look, this isn't my responsibility anymore. I'm handing this back to you, because there are those instances where it needs to be done. There's also those instances where we have completed what we need to of that particular responsibility, but we forget to let it go, that we continue on with something that actually has been completed. And it's discernment, it's connecting and communicating with your spirit with your angels, with your archangels, with whatever guidance. It's actually having that chat, saying, look, it's here we are. We're at the end of our day, and I don't think I need to be, and etc. Or do I need to? It's asking the questions, it's having the chat, feeling into what actually is your pathway, and finding for yourself what is your truth in that, and who really needs to be holding those pieces of responsibility. What is yours, what isn't? And oh wow, oh, which sort of eagles, Mary? I absolutely love wedge-tailed eagles, and that's because I was on a farm in my youth. That when I was a heck of a lot younger, we had wedge-tailed eagles, and it was wonderful to go find their nests, not to raid them, but just to see their magnificence as they grew their families. It was wonderful. So with this spread, do feel into where your focus is being pulled toward, and delve into that particular card as a singular, just for your focus for the day, but know that it's all part of what is the full reading of what today is telling us. I do feel we are moving into greater learning and analysis of what we're needing to actually be involved in, have responsibility for, communicating that, and seeing through all of that the wonder and the possibilities that we have ahead for us in just our day-to-day, let alone what is our future. So it's wonderful to actually see. I do actually like to see the cross in that center today. It just feels right for this reading. Wow. And oops. And won't it be interesting for tomorrow's reading if we're going to have the cross again? I'm almost waiting in anticipation to see, or are we going to have another one? So it'll probably be third, fourth time in a row, something like that. Look, it's all as it is, and it's a wonderful tool to use. Take it only just as the tool. The most important thing to actually tap into is that inner self, that your own soul essence connection, whatever name you want to give to it, your higher self, your child self, just being you. We're here to be in our bodies, experiencing this life, but we are our soul, our spirit self. So just enjoy the process. If things really aren't as you want them, well, we have choices and ways of changing it in whatever way it needs to be. So, and my explanation of the cross today made sense. Thanks, Sarah. It's definitely what I'm feeling in the energy of what the cards are giving us. So tune into that for yourselves. Be within all the tools that you use in your daily life. Be the best person that you can be, because, and that was, as I was starting to reread the Bodies of Barometer, the Soul book, there it is, and it's written it as part of the opening section of the book. We are here to be the best people we can be. So, oh, wonderful. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Oh, absolutely. That's a wonderful saying. I like that. Thank you. So keep moving forward in your day in the best way that you know possible, and trusting self. So thank you for being here. Thanks, Milena. That's lovely to know that they can speak to you today. It brings up something different each day. It's why I love doing this. And we'll see you tomorrow about the 8 o'clock. I just needed to point out I am getting back into working mode now. So I do have appointments available. Just let me know if you need to, and I can send you links and stuff. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And I've got to find the button. Bye for now.